Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick little camera and speed test comparison here between the iPhone 6s Plus and the Galaxy S7, so we can see, if there's any differences here. I'm just going to start them both up at the same time. So I've already done a comparison with the S7 Edge, which is a little bit bigger phone, so I wanted to test out the smaller S7 compared here. Both run their official software, which I think is iOS 9.2.1 here on the iPhone, which still boots up faster than Samsung's latest. But I was particularly interested to see how the 12 megapixel iSight camera compares against the 12 megapixel in the new Samsung. But before we do that, we can just have a quick look here at the performance of the day-to-day app opening. So we can have a look here, and just going to open up some apps day-to-day. So that was definitely the S7, and again I'm going to open up some games. I think this time put them really under pressure. Wish, a bit faster here, and we do have the clocks as well, quicker here, and the cameras a bit faster on the iPhone. Let's just put them under some pressure here and see the games. So you can see going into it a little bit faster when it comes to the S7. But loading is still in the iPhone's court. Which is nice. And we do have asphalt. So again, very fast load there on the iPhone, and also Liberty City Stories, iPhone again here. Wow, that's loud. Go. So iPhone again. So the iPhone's kind of showing up this new S7, even though it is a little bit older here when it comes to game opening, but kind of mixed for the day-to-day app opening, and that is the main thing really. I think most people do just open up like smaller apps day-to-day. So we can just have a quick look here at the web browsing performance between the two. And it'd help if I was making this one start fresh, because we do know how it likes to cheat. Clear everything off, and I think you can do the same here as well. Maybe delete. There we go. So we have a fresh start here, and we can just go to Kotaku. Go. So virtually identical. Maybe maybe a little bit faster there on the iPhone. Hard to say. Tech Radar. Similar there, very similar, but this did load the advert a bit quicker. I don't think that the new Exynos is a massive step up from the iPhone, processor. If you ask me, yes, it is an improvement, but generally, it seems to be, the iPhone seems to be on par when it comes to like the day-to-day stuff. Maybe a faster load there with the S7. Quicker though to load the content here. So you can see, iPhone was pretty much leading on a lot of them, but the S7 did come back now and again, so probably going to give that a draw. Really, so you can just have a quick look at the multitasking here on both of them. So the S7 Edge doesn't have any issues now, they have been resolved, and it's good to see here the cheaper model of the S7 is also doing very well when it comes to the multitasking nowadays. It's a shame it does take so much RAM though to get there. The iPhone does have only 2 gigs of RAM and can do it. So you can see the multitasking here is pretty much the same now. We do have games as well. Just make sure all those load back up. So they do. And Asphalt. Very nice. So this is 3 games that we do have in memory with no problems. There you go. So I'm not going to complain anymore about TouchWiz in the multitasking component. I think that's certainly resolved. How do they compare in terms of the cameras? We can have a look as well. So we did do some low light shots as well as good light, and you can have a look to see what the shots have come out like here on both of them. We did do the HDR shots in the cropped kind of format that you do get on the iPhone for a better comparison. Generally, I've said this in another video, the iPhone I think does amazing when it comes to the good light. I think there's a distinct improvement though on the S7 when it comes to the low light capability, and you will see that in some of the pictures I did take. But the good light, they're going to get very high quality images off both of them. I think the industry has woken up to the fact that megapixels aren't everything, and it's more about the amount of light that you do let in, which is good. So you can have a look at some of these ones here. Can you see a difference? Personally, I can't see too much of a difference when it comes to the good light, but generally, I think the iPhone 7 has a lot of work to do when it comes to pushing things forward. Hopefully also the new iPhone 5 SE will give a good performance, even though it's only going back to 8 megapixel. But we did do video recording tests as well, so you can have a look at that. I have to say the only real difference then between the two is that Samsung is way ahead of Apple when it comes to the camera app kind of abilities, with the Pro mode, streaming live to YouTube and things like that. They have copied a few of iPhone abilities like the live photos functionality, which makes a nicer experience when it comes to taking shots. But I don't think this is implemented as well as the iPhone. But the iPhone needs to improve like the actual app here, make it a little bit more competitive with Samsung's offering, really. So yeah, you can see there not a massive difference when it comes to the camera technologies on both of them. So don't expect there to be. Obviously we are getting the new iPhone come out later on in the month, which is a smaller one, so it'll be interesting to compare that against some of Samsung handsets. Hope you enjoyed this comparison, found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.